Mosam, and he had done a great job. Again, welcome here, and we'll do all HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Mainly, we are going to do HTML, okay? Because CSS and JavaScript, we don't have that much time. We'll touch the base, but trust me, we have everything on this site. On our site, we have almost everything like CSS, JavaScript, everything. We do weekly 5-day workshops also, which is like 1 hour each. So you will not feel like you will not get anything. Everything you'll get here. Okay, but the first thing which I want to tell you all means, most of you are from maybe from a non-IT background. Some of you might be students and all those things. Okay, so you need to know what are the path, because I get a lot of questions from a lot of people that whether I should learn this, whether I should learn this. So it is not like that we are teaching something unique. What we are teaching, you'll find everywhere in the internet. Everywhere in the internet you'll find, but there is no one to guide you. There is no one to tell you that, okay, Python is not the thing to learn, data science is not the thing to learn. There is no one there, because now also we get people who tells us that, okay, do you teach data science? No, we don't teach data science. There are no jobs in data science. Why should we teach data science? If you go to our channel is that we help you to become a highly paid web app developer. What is the web app developer? How we make that? And we have both paid courses and free courses also. And the best thing is that through free courses also, we are giving you everything. Only the thing which is not there, a bit of that, it is like a bit less mentorship is there. More mentorship is there in the paid course, but we have limited time because we cannot clone ourselves and like that, and we have also have our bills to pay. So we have paid also, paid workshop also. But the free one, trust me, we teach everything in free one also. Only the mentorship is not there that much. It is not there, like mentorship will not be there. Mentorship will be there only for people who prove themselves. Okay, there will be mentorship for those people also. That is something also we will tell, because we generally have this uh, other project based learning also, project based thing also, in which we ask people to complete the project, and if they complete the project, we invite them to a special group. You're coming from WhatsApp group, but we have a special WhatsApp group also, in which I mentor people. I give them one to one, and that is all free of cost. But you have to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself by doing the projects and all that. We are going to that I'm going to tell you. But let me tell all those things in the next half an hour, because it is much more important to know what to learn, where to learn, and then to what to learn. Because I'm going to teach. I'm going to teach HTML after that. After half an hour, I'm going to teach HTML. You're going to get those certificates which we promised, and we are going to take the attendance also. That's process also we have to tell, because where the attendance will be there. Okay, so attendance will be there in this chat only. We'll give the link for the Google form. There will be two attendance, one towards at around 3:30 and one towards the end. So both of the attendance sheets you have to fill, and you'll get the attendance. You'll get the certificate on the email ID which you give us. Okay, so that is there. And so let me also tell a bit about myself and all. Means most of you don't know me that well. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so this is about me. I think Mausam might have shared this. Okay, this is live on LinkedIn also, so it is showing like this. Please don't watch it on LinkedIn. Please watch it on YouTube only. So those who are watching on LinkedIn, please come on YouTube. So this is about me. So I think Mausam might have shared this link. Okay, let me share this also again, so that you all can go through my LinkedIn profile and who am I and all those things. So who am I and why I'm doing this? So my name is Navindu Vishwas. I have around 16 years of experience in IT. Right now also I'm in IT, because what I'm doing, I'm a teacher, and right now I'm teaching IT. So right now also I'm in IT. But before becoming a full-time trainer, till September 2021, I was working in the IT, and I was not the prime of my career. Okay, I was the prime of my career. My last job was as an associate architect in 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐜𝐚𝐫𝐭. It's a product-based company in Bangalore. I worked in Oracle. I have worked in JP Morgan. I have worked for the government, like central government, like CDAC. So I worked at a lot of places. Okay, so in the past 16 years, and I stayed mainly in the metros like Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, all those places. Right now, I'm operating from hometown for the past 8 months, and my passion was teaching. So that was the reason, at the top of my career and making those high salaries in Bangalore, I decided to quit and become a teacher, because that was what I was doing as a part-time basis also. and I used to love doing that. So like these trainers are a bit different than what your college professors are. We know what is required in the industry. I know what is required in industry because I was, my last position was as an associate architect. Associate architect are like a people who handles, who are totally technical, who handles a team of front end developers and all those things. So I'm handling a team of 10 front end developers, and we were doing some great work there, developed some great products throughout my career, like all those things I have. So this is, you can go through my all of my LinkedIn profile and all. So all of my LinkedIn profile and all, you can see all those things which I have done. So it's not about me and all. So but the main thing is that once I become this teacher and founder, right now I'm doing corporate training. My personal batches are there. We're doing through YouTube. We are giving everything for free on YouTube. Me along with my team. I have a team also, means Mosam is a part of that team, and today towards the later part he is going to take the CSS also. Okay, so that is there, and this is about me. And it is not like that. One thing is that all of our paid students have got a job, but it is not like that. The free students have not got the job. And here in the next 15-20 minutes, what I'm going to tell, I'm going to tell you the path which you have to take to become a web app developer. If you're coming from a non-IT background, or if you're a student, or even if you're from IT background, then also you should know what is there in the industry, because college will tell you that okay, there are only jobs in Java. Your friends will tell that there is only job in Python. Your the ads, the YouTube ads will tell you there is only jobs in data science. Okay, so all of those things are not truth. Okay, all of those things are not true. That there is no job. Technically, there is no job in Java. There is very little job in data science. Python, there is very little job in data science. Right? So what are the things in which the jobs are there? All those things I'm going to tell you. What is the path you have to take? And if some of you are is interested also, I can give them the free videos also. We have a playlist. We have a very good playlist. I can give the free playlist which will take you 6 months to complete. Yeah, it is not that much easy. One of the reason we played those motivational quotes is because of that. One thing I'll tell you, it is not easy. It is not easy to become a developer. Okay, but you have to put your efforts. Only efforts you have to put. It is not like very tough. It is like that you need to know, be very good in maths and all. No maths is required. I was from maths, but I was very bad in maths. Okay, then also I have achieved so much in my career. So no maths is required for programming. Literally 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 is how much. So that much maths is required. Nothing more than that. Okay, so that is there. And we are a fully registered company, and you'll get the certificate because of that. We are registered with the government. We pay our GST. We pay our GST also. Okay, so that is there. And one more thing is that you are you have to fill some attendance form like this, because soon we are going to give this. You fill some attendance form like this, in which you need to give your email ID, name. Please give the right name, because the certificate will come with that. Your profession, your LinkedIn profile, and if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, please put I don't have a LinkedIn profile. And second attendance form will be given towards the end of this. Okay, end of this we will give the second attendance form. No, and let me tell about a bit more. So what is required for you to do to become a web app developer, and what is a web app developer, between which I'm telling. Okay, so what are the technologies you have to learn exactly to become this? So the technologies which you have to learn are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript you have to learn to become a web app developer. So web app developers are a bit different from the website developer. The website developers, the people who are website developers, they actually uh, okay, the website developers people, they only learn these two things, HTML and CSS. They only learn this HTML and CSS. Okay, website developer I'm talking about. Why they learn HTML and CSS? And with HTML and CSS, I have not mentioned it. They learn one more thing, which is known as WordPress. In fact, they have to first learn WordPress, and they have to learn HTML and CSS, and then they will get those small websites. What is a website? What is a website? Why a website is different from a web app? See, websites are something like a very small website, like your suppose I have a small kirana shop, and I just want to prepare a brochure website. They're also known as brochure website, and that will have, okay, I have this products, and all these products I have, and please contact me page will be there, contact us page will be there. So that is most of the time made in something known as a WordPress, and a bit of HTML is required, because WordPress is like a drag and drop tool. You can do it, and you can just update the HTML and CSS. But the problem with WordPress is that WordPress is very easy, and the other thing is there is not many opportunity in WordPress. See how much you can do, and there is lot of competition also. How much means, if you like that competition, you can go there. I'm not telling you that, but even if you go the freelancing route, first freelancing route, there is a no lot of competition. Freelancing route, if you go, you get a lot of competition from our brothers in Pakistan and Bangladesh. There is a Fiverr.com site. You go there and see how cheap people can do that, and there is a lot of competition from that place, and you cannot even enter nowadays. Okay, in that place. And if you say, okay, I will do a job, then the thing is that I teach a lot of WordPress developer also. At most, even after 5 years, you'll get 35,000 rupees only. And 35,000 rupees is the exact amount which I'm telling. Not one rupee more than that, one paisa less than that. 35,000 rupees only you'll get after 5 years of experience. Exact 35 years. I have done my market research. Exact 35,000 rupees you'll get after 5 years of experience. When you get inside, you get 5 to 10,000 rupees. Only that. Okay. 5,000, 10,000 rupees, I'm telling more, you'll get 5,000 rupees only. And you'll say, okay, after five years, 35,000 rupees is a lot of money. No, 35,000 rupees is not a lot of money. 35,000 rupees you cannot survive once you get married. And that 35,000 rupees in a metro, means Mumbai, Delhi, and all those places, not in your small city. Okay, not in the small cities. Okay, 35,000 rupees in the metros. So that is there. So because it is something which you don't have to use much of your brain. But if you use a brain and learn JavaScript a bit, and if you learn JavaScript, and after JavaScript you learn React.js, only React.js. See, there are a lot of other things also there, but you learn only this React.js, JavaScript, and React.js. You learn. Then the jobs are like way too many jobs are there. Way too many jobs are there. If you learn JavaScript and React.js, JavaScript is a programming language, and React.js is also a JavaScript library. But you have to learn all these things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React.js to become a web app developer. Why become a web app developer? Because everything in the past 10 years have become a web app. Web app means what? See, I'm using this thing. This is not a normal thing. This is not a normal website. This is known as a mind map. This is a tool, mind map. I have to log in. First, I have to log in with my credentials. So credentials have to log in. So it might have stored in some databases. So it is stored in some databases. Then this complex kind of flowchart is there. This flowchart is a video is very much clear. Okay, so we are doing at the highest thing. Okay, highest we are doing. So technical support engineer. So what you have to do, you have to go here and where am I? Okay, where am I? So okay. So people, so what you have to do, you have
join
to
the free demo session.
Go here and so let me tell for everyone. See, when you go through YouTube through your mobile, it is doing at 144p. There is something known as 144p. The worst thing it will do. So you have to go here in the settings and see in the auto. You have to go here and do this as 720p. I am doing it at 720p, the highest available. Sorry, I'm not doing it at HD level 1020p because that requires a lot of money. So this is half HD I am doing, and the video is actually very good. Okay, so please do that. Please do this. Okay, so please do it at high quality, and it is very high quality. Okay, so 720p is quite high, and highest quality. I know from mobile it is a bit different. Mobile you have to do at the so don't tell this many things. Okay, mobile you have to do like the quality as or don't do higher picture quality you do. Okay, higher picture quality you do, it will get a nicer picture. Okay, higher picture quality you do, because we do stream at a very high pace. Okay, so that is like that. If someone else is also seeing that the video is not clear, they can tell us. Okay, so that is there. So okay, so that is there. And so what you have to do, you have to learn this JavaScript and React. So JavaScript is what? JavaScript is a programming language. Okay, it is not like HTML and CSS. It is a programming language which you have to learn to make this web apps and all. So as I've told, everything has shifted to a web apps in the past 10 years. Before that, everything used to be a desktop app, and everything used to created in Java. So that is what your colleges are also teaching you. The engineering colleges are teaching you Java, because 10 years back everything was in Java. Everything was like a desktop app and made in Java. But now everything is in JavaScript. No means there is nothing like that in Java anymore. Everything is a web app, which is mainly the front end is built in React.js. Again, this is something which we teach. This React.js is something which we teach. Okay, so that is something which we teach. This React.js. Okay, so that is there. So React.js is also something which we teach. So, and what are other web apps, other popular web apps? What are the other popular web apps? Other popular web apps are thing like your LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything else, everything which you see nowadays, all these big things, these are not small websites. They have like the billion people on of the planet working on them. So they are like that. So all these things like this, all this thing, when I go to this LinkedIn, I have to log into this. I have to log in, so my credentials are stored somewhere. And this is what we teach to create something like LinkedIn and all. So we teach this thing. Mainly the front end part of it is required. Front end part of it is required. Okay, so most of the jobs are there in the front end development. Okay, front end development, because see, if you come to LinkedIn or Facebook or anywhere, see the backend is also there. In the backend, we do a lot of database thing and all. But the thing is, the front end is very heavy. If you come here in this website, the front end is there. Okay, which is like again I'm telling you, if someone is seeing these videos unclear, please some everyone confirm that video is unclear, because I am not seeing the videos unclear. Video is very much clear. So as I've told earlier, please change this setting to 720p, and you will have this as a, because I am means streaming at the highest 720p. I'm streaming at the highest 720p, and you all also change to 720p. Actually, in mobile, if you see that mobile, there is not a 720p will not come. Mobile, it is something like the higher, bigger video quality you'll get, and it will be very much like video is way too much clear. Okay, so that is there. And as I've told, this all this website like this LinkedIn and Facebook, they're web apps, and they are mostly most of them, the front end is in React.js. And React.js demand is so much that there are more React.js jobs than there are people are there. You can do your own research. Means from a 2-person startup to a FANG company. What is a FANG company? FANG means Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. Only the G part is not there. FAN means till Netflix. Okay, FANG company, I think everybody knows. This is nowadays in software, everybody's dream is to work for a FANG company. Except Google, everybody uses React, because React was created by Facebook, and Google created Angular. So you might have heard this term this like Angular and React and all those things. So React is the one which is used more. React is the one which is used more. So even if you know React, okay, if you know React, if you do some project, it is like that. If you know React, you don't have to ask for a job, you'll get a job. Okay, how you'll get a job, I will tell it in the 3 secret. But one thing is that if you know React, if you do some React project, I will give you a job. I will give you a job. There's so much demand is there that I am not able to fulfill it. I will give you a job, I promise you, I will give you a job. If you know React, just if you learn those things which I want, which I tell you to do, if you do those projects which I tell you to do, I will give you a job. Because there's so many React just jobs are that we don't get people. Nobody gets people. Okay, so that is like that. It has become like that. Nothing is required. You don't require an engineering degree. I have my students who are from mechanical background. I have students who are having a 6 years gap because they were preparing for exams like UPSC, MPSC, and all those things. I have people who are from electronics backgrounds, after working in the industry for 6 years, going nowhere, they are here. I have also even a housewife as a student who, after getting married, she was in a computer. After she got married, she had a 10-year gap, which is very much common. Now she wanted a job badly, so she's doing the course. So those things are also there. Okay, so these are the only the 4 technologies which you have to learn: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. And we are going to do HTML completely today. CSS and JavaScript, we continuously have workshops on our channel. Like the problem with that is that CSS takes 5 hours to teach, JavaScript takes 5 hours to teach, and React just takes 5 hours to teach. After that, you have to do the project. That is a different thing. But these 3 topics takes around 15 hours to teach, and HTML takes another 1 hour to teach. So total, it is a 16 hours to teach for us, complete everything. So that's why we can only teach HTML right now. CSS and JavaScript will touch base, and React we will not touch today. But one more thing is that in once in a month we have a complete boot camp in which teach all the things. Okay, so that is there. Okay, and so that is there, and the next thing is that what we need to do. So suppose you are coming from a non-IT background, you don't know anything, and suppose you are a mechanical engineer. Suppose you are a mechanical engineer. Okay, so I have a lot of mechanical engineers also who have become just developers in startups after going through this. Okay, so a lot of people have understand what I was telling. Means it's not like this just you have to study, you will not reach anywhere. So there are three secrets which you need to follow. First one is that you have to do a networking. You have to do a lot of networking. So what is this networking? I mean, networking means you have to be visible on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook groups. So out of this, in India, most important is in LinkedIn. That's the reason we're asking for your LinkedIn profile. And it happens like that. I am a LinkedIn influencer. What an influencer? I'm an influencer because I have this many connections. Trust me, this is a lot of connection. 21,000 connection I have, and I have connection from not like any other people. It is like from the industry experts. I have connection now. Also, I get a call from a lot of big companies to work from them. When I came here, I was having CTO offers from a lot of company, and a lot of these things I have. So I have this 20,000, 21,000 connections, which I have worked really hard to make. It took me around 3 4 years to make this 21,000 connections. Okay, so if I even tag someone, it reaches to my 21,000 connection, and trust me, it has got the top CEOs of India, top HRs of India, and top startup HR, TCS HR, Google HR, you name it, you have in these connections. So I am a LinkedIn influencer. So if you are going to work well, I'm going to tag you. How I tag people? I tag people who do the projects and all. So I'm going to tell it later on. And if you do this whole certification also, I actually send a very good LinkedIn post on Monday generally, in which I tell who are the people who had completed this certification on Monday, and I will tag you all. So you all know you might be using a lot of Instagram, so you know how to tag people at the rate. I also tag people at the rate in this. Okay, so that is there. LinkedIn is the main thing. Twitter and Instagram are also okay. Twitter is mainly in the US, and Instagram is Instagram is for what, but then also a lot of developers are also there in Instagram. You can follow them. And Facebook group is something, means after LinkedIn, Facebook group is very important. So what Facebook groups? There are a lot of Facebook groups for the developer. And like I'm not going to tell the Facebook group. You go and find web developer Facebook group, JavaScript Facebook group, React.js Facebook group. All those Facebook groups are there. So once you learn all those things, and suppose you want to do some freelancing, and a lot of freelancing works come in. A lot of freelancing work come in. So you don't even have to go to Fiverr and all. You just go there and you'll find a job. You'll find a freelancing opportunity. You'll see something. All those things are there in the Facebook groups. A lot of Facebook groups are there. Okay, so that is there. So you have to be visible in these things, and you have to do something which is known as coding in public. So if especially it is true if you're from a non-IT background, but it is true for everyone, because all of our students, paid or who follows us, we tell them one thing to do, which is their post every project on LinkedIn. So posting every project on LinkedIn gives a lot of visibility to a lot of startup, and we also retag them. I retag them, so that gets to all those things. So how to means post a project and all. So let me, who had posted recently. Okay, let me come here. Okay, okay. So someone. Okay, so see, this guy have posted some project, and he have okay. I generally tell them to give video. Okay, so you have not given video, so you have done this thing, and you have done this thing. Okay, I know this guy. He has attended a lot of a workshop. Okay, and he had tagged me. Okay, he had tagged me like this. So I'll do like it, and I like great work at the rate 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐜𝐚𝐿𝐴 and keep learning. So what I'm doing right now, when I'm posting this thing, what happens when you post something, when an influencer like me post and like this, it reaches to all of my network again, which consists of which consists of people who are there in the industry. And if someone sees, okay, this guy is continuously posting, then they will see this guy. Okay, this guy is continuously posting because he knows everything. So this is something known as coding in public. This is the latest way to do. You don't have to depend on anyone to get a job. If you do this thing, you will get a job after you do 20 to 30 projects. That is my surety. Well, most of our students get job after 15 projects only. They don't have to work till 30 projects. So they get after 20 projects. So you have to learn in the public. This is known as learning in the public. You can learn about it, means what is learning in the public. This is learning in the public. You have to learn in the public. And you have to grow your LinkedIn also. LinkedIn is very important to grow. So how many, see, this guy is not growing his LinkedIn, so that is something which is doing wrong. 17 connection, it will not reach anywhere. So LinkedIn give you 50 connection to add every week. So you have to add those 50 connection every week. That is the only way to grow. Okay, so that is something which you need to do. And so just posting on, but just posting on LinkedIn, how you're going to post on LinkedIn? You have to learn. You have to learn, then only you can post. That guy have learned that project, then only he posted it. So how did he learn? He coded daily 2 hours. You have to code daily 2 hours. I'm doing this for the past 16 months. This is not easy to be a developer. Okay, it's very tough to be a developer. You have to code for the rest of your life if you want to be a developer. If you think, okay, after some time I'll be a manager. See, manager get fired like hell in IT company, because the moment you leave coding, you are gone. Because coding is something which is like a skill which get evolved by time. You'll get paid in gold slowly. You literally get paid in gold. uh Google engineers earn 1 crore rupees one year in India. An Uber engineer earns 2 crore rupees more than a Google engineer. 2 crore rupees is like paying in gold. Means if you go in that one, that taraju, what is, I don't know, means that going thing, and you sit at one side and you put gold at other side, it will not be 2 crore rupees. It is like that much you are paid in the software industry. You are literally paid in gold. And that is like Google engineers are not something special or something. They're something who knows very good coding. So how they knows very good coding? They've developed that thing. So that's why they are paid in gold. You'll also be paid in gold. Like a React.js engineer with 1 year of experience in React.js, nothing. It doesn't matter he had done an BE or something or all. 1 year of experience can easily get paid 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh per annum. 10 lakh is a lot of money in India. 10 lakh is like 50,000, means 40 50,000 per month. It's a good money in India. 10 lakh per annum. You ask the mechanical person how much he get paid, or you ask anyone. 15,000 is the average salary for a normal person who is not from an IT in India. Means you go to a bank job, you get that much only. I know how much people get paid. Okay, so for that you have to take some extreme action, which is like code 2 hours a day. And then there is something known as challenges. You have to do some challenges. Some people are there who want to, so if you take this challenge, this is actually a shortcut to get a job. So there is a many this challenge 100 days of code, because someone had taken my advice and start doing this 100 days of code. I don't remember his name. So 100 days of code is one of the toughest challenge on the planet, in which what you have to do, you have to code daily for at least 2 hours and do something good, and then post in this hashtag. So there are special people in and one more thing, in US, Twitter is bigger than LinkedIn. So you have to post it on Twitter. LinkedIn also you have to post it, is okay. And you have to put them in there. They have a Slack channel also. They have to put. So if you put there, someone will keep on monitoring you, and you continues to code for 100 days. And once you code for 100 days, it is like, if you code for 100 days, there are some people are there who will take your interviews from the US. They will take your interview, because this is a very tough challenge. Because you might think, okay, 100 days of coding continuously, it is very much easy, and posting on Twitter what I have done, this thing, this is very much easy. No, it is not that much easy. People just fail after, most people fail after 15 20 days. They get out after 15 20 days. So you cannot take even 1 day of break. The toughest part of this challenge is that you cannot take even 1 day of break. So even if you do it for 99 days and suddenly you fell ill, suddenly something happened to you, okay, and you are not able to do the 100 days, it doesn't matter. You have to start from zero. So all 99 days are in gone. So that's why it is a very tough challenge. Nobody is able to complete it. Very few people on planet Earth have completed it. Very few people. Okay, so it is very tough. Very tough. You might be thinking, okay, there are 6 billion people on this planet. Anyone can become like this. No, it is tough. It is tough. Literally tough. And you get interviewed from a top publications in the US. Actually, I have also completed it. So you get interviewed. I know that thing. And once you get interviewed, so you see what will happen to your career. That is for sure you'll get a job. Okay. So that is there. And I've talked a lot. So it's time to give you all the first attendance sheet, and I will also start with the HTML. So we'll start with the HTML. After giving you all the first attendances, I will send it, and the attendance sheet will send only here. Okay, nowhere else. Okay, there are two attendance sheet as I've told. Mark your first attendance, and I will also pin this thing. So I'm pinning this thing. So what will happen if I pin this thing? This will be a pinned message, so you can all go back and check it out. Okay, so that is there, and now it's time to start with the HTML. Okay, HTML. Let me close all the things. Okay, so as I have told, HTML will be our main focus. So a lot of people are from non-IT background and all. So we'll start from the start. HTML is like starting from the start, so you will know that what is like, what is it is like from starting from the start. Okay, what is it is like. Okay, so the thing is that HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and before 2010, everybody HTML is from 1993. So HTML, CSS, and all, they are used to make the websites and all, website, web apps, everything. So the basic structure in HTML. So for that, you need to write in a language known as a HTML. And for that, what you need to do? Earlier, people used to code in Notepad or Notepad plus plus. I still know, remember. But nowadays, you should not do in that. Nowadays, you should do. There are very good lightweight code editors. One of them is known as VS Code. VS Code. Okay, so you should code in that, and that is such a lightweight code editor. One of my student have a 4 GB computer, 4 GB laptop, and it is like i3 fourth generation, very old. I3 fourth generation is very old right now. You know how much is, no, i5, no, not i3, i5 fourth generation. Right now it is like i5 11 gen and all are going on, 11 12 gen are going on. So that is very old laptop, and he's also able to run that thing. VS Code. VS Code is what? VS Code is a code editor. So you don't code like anywhere. It is not like code like anywhere. You code in some editors. Earlier, before 2010, the code editors were very heavy, and the languages were very heavy, like Java and all. So you have to go in the Google and search for something like VS Code. You have to search for VS Code if you're not installed it yet. So you have to search for this. And there are some other code editors, but I will tell lightweight code editors. Please use VS Code only, not anything else, because you will go to the industry, you go to some company, everybody uses VS Code. See, some of my students also use something known as Sublime Text. But Sublime Text is like, it doesn't have something which I'm going to soon tell. There's something known as extensions, and VS Code has become very huge because one thing is that it is created by created and maintained by Microsoft, and the other thing is that it is completely free. Okay, so I'm using a Mac, so I will get this download Mac Universal. You'll get to download Windows Universal. Even for Linux, it is there. So you'll download it and you'll get something like a exe file, and you have to just install it. If you're facing problem with installing an exe file, a lot of you might be not from IT background. Please do ping us on the WhatsApp groups in which you are there, and we will try to help you how to do it. Maybe do a Zoom call with you if you are not able to install VS Code, because we want everyone to get started. So please, if you're not able to install VS Code, you can always call us, always ping us. Okay, always ping us. Okay, so that is there. And so once you install it, so in Windows also, Windows 10, Windows 11, hopefully you're using Windows 10, 11. If you're using Windows 8, I don't remember miss how. So there is a search bar will be there in the Windows, and through that you can search the VS Code, or it will be, when you install it, it will install on the desktop. So here for me, it is like it will show like this. Okay, it will show like this. VS Code will show like this. Okay, so here, now how to start coding? So there are a lot of ways. There are some ways through the terminal. There is something known as there is something known as a terminal in Windows and all this thing, but I don't want to tell that right now, because there are a lot of people who are just starting, maybe from, they are not from an IT background, and even people from an IT background, they find terminal very tough. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we do it side by side. Okay, so we are going to, I have actually a folder which I've created for today. So that is, you should know how to create a folder and all. So then you have to do a new folder, right click new folder, and do a html basics, basics, and please don't keep a space between that, because developer don't keep spaces, and there are some problem which happens if you keep the spaces and all. So I've created a new folder, html basic, and then I will click it, and then I will press my mouse. If you're using a laptop, please press the left hand thing. Left hand means touchpad, and then you drag it, like you drag it, and then you bring it here, and then you keep your finger, put your finger from that, take your finger off from it, and so it will be open there. This is the most easiest way to open a file. Okay, so that is there. Then what we are going to do here. Okay, so then we are going to create a file here. Okay, how to create a file here? So we're going to create a file with this. I'll write a index.html. So why .html have written on, why index I written? So index is like you can give any name, and why it is .html. Like if you might have noticed that the JPG files are there with, they are saved with .jpg extension. Then there are Excel sheet with .xls extension, document with .docx extension. All those things are installed like that. So HTML file with .html. So I will enter it like this. .html will be there, and then I can also close it like this. Okay, so because I want a bit more state to write everything, so I will close this explorer from here, right, like this. Okay, now I have more space. So now how to write HTML? So let us write the HTML. So to write the HTML, there is some skeleton which I can write, but I'm using VS Code for a reason. See, earlier people used to write this whole in Notepad, Notepad or Notepad plus plus, but please don't write it. Actually, yesterday when I was talking to someone, they're still using Notepad plus plus. I told her, why you are using Notepad plus plus. She told me that okay, in their company she is a programmer, everybody is using Notepad plus plus. I told, no, don't use Notepad plus plus, use VS Code. If VS Code is there, why use Notepad plus plus? Okay, Notepad plus plus doesn't have anything. Okay, so what is the first benefit of this? See, there is a skeleton code for HTML, so I can give it easily with VS Code. There are some other features are also there. Are a lot of features are there, in fact. So I'll give a not, and then press a tab, not and press a tab. Okay, so it will do something like this. Okay, it will do something like this. Hope you all able to see I have increased the font size a lot. Okay, so all of you can see it easily. Maybe I'll make this also a bit smaller so that it is much more easier to see. Okay, so that is there, and so this is there, and index the testing. So let us first understand what is all of these things, what is all of these tags which has been created. So this is a shortcut which is there in VS Code only. Again, let me show how I created it. I have given this not, and then I have pressed the tab button, and it will do this thing. So this is a shortcut, and this is known as a HTML skeleton which has been created. HTML skeleton which has been created, and now that has been created. So now we'll go through it line by line. First line is like this: doc type HTML. So what is this doc type HTML? Doc type HTML means this whole this whole HTML is HTML version 5. So HTML version 5 is what? HTML is governed by a committee known as W3C committee. Okay, that sits in the US, as of course. And what they do means they release different version of HTML. They add something new in it. Most of the time, they add something new in it. So before 2015, HTML version 4 was being used, but now from 2015, HTML version 5 is being used. So there are different versions in different time in the history. So this means that it is HTML version 5. And most of the HTML tag are like this greater than sign, and this inside that is there. And most of the HTML tags have a starting and a ending. Starting, so like this HTML has a starting and an ending. Head have a starting and ending. Body have a starting and ending, but this doesn't have a starting and ending. So this HTML means what? First main tag is HTML tag, which is of lang en. Lang en is lang English, and so it is starting here and ending here. So this inside this HTML tag, there are two other things are there. Two other main tags are there, and they are also known as its children. So one is this head tag, one is this body tag. So head tag is generally used to store some important things about the site, and body tag is what you see here. Means we are soon going to create something. which you see here, that is the body. So okay, so let us go to the head first. What are there in the head? So first thing, we'll learn about the meta. There is something known as a title. So title, I have written document, so I'll write HTML basics. I will write HTML basics. I will write, okay, HTML basics. I will write. So okay, okay, the video is quite good actually. So as I've told earlier, also the video is quite good, and please do increase your quality to 720p. By default, it will not give you that much. Please increase to 720p because I am watching it at a lot of places, including my mobile, including I have opened 2 3 other places also. It is quite good. The video is quite good, and if you are able to see, if you feel on a mobile that the fonts are very small, so if you just move your mobile like this, and then you see it. Okay, then you see the fonts are very big. Okay, so mobile, there is a different thing. Mobile, what happens, mobile, you have, when you go to the settings, okay, you go to the setting, please do increase the settings. Please increase the settings to, yeah, please increase the setting. I've checked it, the video is at the highest quality. Okay, I'm streaming at 720p, so please do check from your side. Okay, so video is quite good as always. So as I'm told, na Sheetal, that you have to change something. So please don't please don't tell this much. You should know how to means increase the means video quality. It is not from my side. It is from your side. You have to increase the video quality. You have to consume some more data. By default, YouTube and Google, they does what, they decrease the video size site. You should know those things. Okay, so you have to go here. Again, I'm telling this thing for the last time to people. You have to go here, and you have to means this is for desktop. Okay, this is for desktop, and for mobile it is different. Okay, mobile it is different. You have to go here, and okay, it is not allowing me right now. This ad needed to be played, so you have to increase it from here. It means mobile. I know a lot of people, a lot of you are from non-IT background. I know that thing. But the thing is that all of you have watched a lot of YouTube video. It is not possible in today's generation that you have not watched the YouTube videos. You have to go here and increase the quality like this. It is 720p you have to do. But in the mobile, you get a different thing. You get a higher quality. Okay, change the setting, higher quality. You do it, and it will be pretty good. Okay, okay, Mosam, can you do one thing? Can you send the screenshot from the mobile? Okay, please send a screenshot from the mobile because it will take me time. Because mobile, there is no 720p option comes. Mobile, what comes? Okay, Mos, I will ask Mosam to send that thing because a lot of people are from non-IT background and they might not know it. In mobile, there is a auto setting, and there is a higher picture quality setting. Okay, so you have to change it to higher picture quality, then it will be good. Okay, yeah, I'm again, I've checked, I'm doing it at the 720p. Okay, if I change it to, I can do it at 480p also, but I'm doing it at 720p. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so they're telling it is good, so it is good. Okay, so we will continue. And so this HTML basics I have written, this title is there, and there are some other tags like this meta tag. What is this meta tag? Okay, so what is this meta tag? So meta tag is something which is used by Google. Okay, which is used by Google, and why Google? Google is the main thing in the internet which is there. Okay, because of Google only you know about this site. So this meta tag also, a lot of this meta tag doesn't have some ending. So this meta tag are mainly used by Google bots or some internal settings which is required in the website. Okay, we don't have to learn much about it. The meta tag are used by Google bots. Okay, so what is this Google bots and all? So Google bots are the special kind of bots. See, when you go to the Google and you search for something, you find that thing instantly. Okay, how do you find that thing? Okay, and this is something to do with the SEO of the site and all. So what happens in meta tag, the Google bots scan the whole of the internet 3 times a day, more than 3 times a day. And internet is very big, even Google don't know how big internet is, but it bots keep on scanning the internet. If some new site comes up, that will be up in the when a new site comes up, that will up in the internet, then the Google bots will go and scan the whole site. So these meta tags are mainly required by the Google bot to scan each of the sites so that it can scan it. Okay, So that are used by Googlebot. Okay, so that is the HTML basics I have written. So let me write something in the body, and after that we are going to see how I will open this thing. Okay, so HTML is nothing but learning about different tags. So I'll do a H1 here, and I will write maybe HTML crash course, and I will write a P here. So this is something main. HTML is all about learning about different tags. I'll write a P, and P maybe I will write this thing. This thing I'll write. I'll copy this thing and paste it in the P. Now I'll do it and I'll save. Now where to see this thing? Where to see this thing? So to see these things, we have to go back to the Finder and go back inside it. So index.html is there. I have to double click and open it. By default, I'm using a Mac, so my default browser is a Safari. I don't want it to open in a Safari. So this is something also most of you might know. In Windows, I think most people make it as Chrome, because when Chrome is installed on a Windows, it asks for a lot of things. Okay, so I'll not click. So you can double click on it and it will open. But I don't want to open it in Safari, so I'll right click and open with option is there. In that, I'll do a Google Chrome. So it will open in this Google Chrome. Okay, so it will open in this Google Chrome and it will show like this. Okay, so you see two things here. First thing is this HTML basics is there. It is shown at the top. Next thing is this HTML crash course. So I've written in the body. It is showing like a big tag. So H1 is the text. Okay, it is showing like a big text like H1 HTML crash course, and the P it is showing like the P like a paragraph. P is known as a paragraph. H1 is known as a heading 1. There are some other things are also there. So this is all about it. This is all about it, and now we are going to actually learn in deep into this all these tags. HTML is all about learning about different tags. Okay, so before that also we're going to do one more thing here. Okay, there is a problem in this kind of coding. Okay, so you might be saying it is like coming here, it is okay, but there is not there is one benefit which is not there in this case. Suppose I have another P. Okay, I have another P and I want to write something here. Okay, again I don't want to take the data from here, copy paste it here. So there is something known as the lorem ipsum text. Actually this lorem ipsum text is also uh, it is not like there's something known as a lorem and ipsum. Lorem ipsum, and lorem ipsum, if you Google the lorem ipsum, it is some lorem ipsum, and you search about it. Lorem ipsum, it is actually 200 years old text which was used in the printing press, and printing press was invented to write some dummy text, and that was taken in the internet also. So lorem ipsum, the dummy text is there, so you cannot always write something. So it is used heavily in the industry. So there are a lot of lorem ipsum generators and all. So okay, so in VS Code, again, one more feature of VS Code is that if you write lorem and press the tab, it will write a complete means lorem text. But I will save it. I'll save it. It will not show here. It will not show here. It will not show in this page. I've saved it. Why it will not show? Because I have to refresh it, then only it will show. I've changed something, so I have to refresh it. But most of the time nowadays, we don't like this kind of a behavior. We want something to be refreshed the moment we do something. So for that, VS Code have got this small programs which are known as extensions. So you have to come here in this last thing. You have to click here, and you will go here, and there are a lot of extensions are there. So you have to find something known as a live server. LIV, you search, you find this thing, live server. Then you install it. This is from some person named Ritvik Day. You have to install from it here. So you will get something like enable or install something. You have to install it. Once you install it, there's one feature which comes here. I will do a right click here and open with live server. I'll do okay. Open with live server. Okay, it is opening in my Safari. I don't want to open in Safari. Okay, so I'll come here and I will open it here. What is the difference between it? And it will show that it is started in some port and local host and all those things. It will show. So what is the difference between this and this? Okay, suppose I remove this thing, this p tag I will remove, and I will delete it, and then I will save it. See closely, there was a refresh happen. I didn't refresh it, and this was refreshed to the latest one. Okay, I didn't refresh. Auto refresh will happen, but if I go here, it is still there. I have to refresh it manually. So every time I change something, I have to refresh it manually. But if you use this extension, You don't have to refresh this manually, it will automatically do. So from now onwards, we are going to use this extension known as live server. So fire server fire actually appeared because I copied it from somewhere. Okay, so fire symbol appeared, but there is another way also to do it. Okay, so let us do that also if someone is asking. So there is a way from VS Code also to take the emoji. I think okay, you have to do this thing. Emoji in the edit you have to go, and emojis and symbol you have to do, and here directly you can use any emoji. Maybe I'll use this one. Okay, so you can use it like this, and it will show this nice looking face. It will show emoji. Okay, so that is there. Now what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about the different tags. So first thing which you're going to learn, and we are going to cover every important tags which are out there. So H1 is that you don't have to go outside this, outside our course. You don't have to go from this course only. You can do all the H1 and all these things. Okay, so H1 is there. So there are other heading tags also. So there are 6 heading tags actually: H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. There are these 6 heading tags are there. So see, they are of different sizes. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. They are of different sizes. Okay. So these are known as a heading tags. All of them are of different sizes. H1 to H6. And they are used at different places. You might have seen in websites. Sometimes the main heading is like H1, then the subheading is like H2. Actually, H5 and H6 are very small. I've only seen till H4. They're there. So this is like this. So the next tag is like the paragraph tag. Okay. Now next tag is like the paragraph tag, and the paragraph tag is good. So what is this paragraph tag? So this paragraph tag is like you see this paragraph is there in the paragraph tag. Okay, so I will have another paragraph, like again I will have this lorem. Lorem you can give some term also, like maybe I will give 15. If I give 15, it will make only for 15. So I will add it here, so it will be coming here. Okay. So before moving forward, there's one more thing which I want to tell. First thing is that we have written all these tags, so I'm even not knowing what it is. If I give you this file, you'll also not know. So there is something known as commenting. Commenting is there not only in HTML but in all other programming language. It helps developer, not the end person. See, the developer will see this thing. The end person will see this website. So it helps the developers to learn what this code means. Okay, so it is used by a lot by the developers commenting. So I'll write like this heading tag, so you all can know what it is. And this commenting is used a lot in the code, so I will comment it like this. How did I commented it? I press selected everything and then press the control and backslash. Now I'll save it. See, it will not be shown here, it will only be shown here. So I'll do this also. I'll do a paragraph tag. It is known as paragraph tag, and I will select all and control and backslash. I will save it. So paragraph tag is, it is not shown here, but I know that okay, the next thing is the paragraph tag. Okay, so that is there. And now the next thing is like this all this heading tags and paragraph tag. There are two types of tags in HTML. One are known as block level element, one are known as inline element. So these are all block level element, H1 also and paragraph tag also. Why they are a block level element? They are block level element because each of them are coming in its own line, even though there was a lot of space here. So this second line could have come here, third line, fourth line also could have come here. This paragraph tag also could have come here, but it is not coming. It is taking its own line. So they are known as a block level element. Block level element because they will take their own line. We have something known as inline element, which we are going to see next. Okay. So what is this inline element? Okay. One sec. Okay. So first inline element which we are going to see is known as a link tag. Link tag. Yes. Save. And link tag we are going to see anchor tag. Link tags are also known as anchor tag. and it is not possible that you have not seen an anchor tag or a link tag, because everyone have seen it. Okay, so this anchor tag I'll do, and here you have to pass some href first. Href is something, it is also known as attribute, which you have to pass here. Inside a double quotes I have to give the v, and this href tag is there, and I will write a twd block like this, and right, and now I will save it. Now see what will come. Now see this TWD block thing is coming, and it is showing me as purple and underline also. I have visited this site a lot of time. If you visit it for the first time, if you see this for the first time, you see a blue thing. So I hope everyone have seen this anchor tag somewhere in some site. Means most of the time we don't use it like plain HTML. We like decorate it in CSS. Okay, so HTML is never used like this nowadays. But then also it is not possible that you have not seen this link tag in the past 10 years. So what happens with this link tag? See, TWD block has been shown and some href is there. So I will take my mouse over here and look closely. My mouse will be changed to a hand. This is by default, it will have come. And then I will click on it, and then it will take me to my blog site. Okay, whatever site I give it, it's not like a blog site. I can give anything like yahoo.com, youtube.com, anything I can give. It will take me there. But there is an issue in this. There is an issue in this. What is happening? It is opening it in the same it is opening in the same tab it is opening, which is not a good behavior. If you go to like any good site like even YouTube or anything, if you have some link there, you click on it, like mostly on YouTube I have seen that thing, LinkedIn and all those things. You click on it, it will open it in a new tab, because no websites wants you to be go away from their website. That should open anyway. So suppose in a LinkedIn there is a YouTube link, and I open that YouTube link there, and it will like open in the it will open in the same tab. So you are getting away from the LinkedIn site, and these sites get money only if you are there in that site, so that they can show you advertisement and all. So you're getting away from LinkedIn, going to YouTube, going to a competitor. So it's not good. And although if it is open in a new tab, it is good for them, good for LinkedIn also. Okay, that sometime you'll come back and close the tab. Okay, that is like that. So how to do that? Actually, that can be done very easy with programming, with this anchor tag. So that behavior, you just have to do the anchor tag, and here let me give my YouTube only. Okay, so I will give this thing, this video I will give, and let me see the quality. The quality is quite good. Okay, so this I'll do like this, href and all. So I can give anything, like I could have given youtube.com also. Okay, then I will write twdyt, but if I leave it like this, it will again open in the same tab. I don't want that. So there is something known as target equal to underscore blank. I will do target equal to underscore blank. Then I will save it. Now it will come here. Now if I click here, it will take me here, and see, it is opening in the new tab. And if I click here, it will open in the same tab, because it doesn't have any targetable blank. So one more thing to notice there is that both anchor tags are coming in the same line, because they are inline element. Even if there are 100 and 10, even 10 more anchor tags, that will come in the same line till it is able to come in the same line. So this is known as inline element also. P, H1 are block level element. Most of the tags are like block level. Some of them are like this. Okay, so that is there. Now the next thing which we are going to learn about is the list tags. Okay, list tags. List tag. Okay, I will go here, and there are two types of list tag. One is known as unordered list, and one is known as ordered list. As the name suggests, it is like that. Unordered list is like this. It has got something like a list item, and I will have a item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have this ordered list. Both of them are different. It's not necessary to use them together. So okay, so I'll do this. So unordered list items I've been created li, and this like item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5 is there. Okay, so this li means list item, ul means another list. Inside ul I have li, inside ol also I have li. So it will have this dot in the unordered list because it is not ordered. In ol I'll have 1 2 3 4 5. If I increase this and this I have not written, this is coming automatically. So this list will have this 6 included here. So this is how this works, this thing. So now the next thing is that we have something known as a table tag also. Table tags. So table tags are a group of tags, and something which I always tell, don't mug them up. Just you should know that there are something known as table tag. It's a group of tags which are used to create a table. Okay, so you can always get it from the internet, means what are the syntax and all. So but this, till now what I've told, it is very easy, and even you don't have to mug them up, you'll already get it, means you will understand once you start doing it. And so the table tag is like, it is having this table is there. So a table will be there, and then after that there will be t head will be there. The t head, there is a table tag, and inside that t head is there, and inside that t body is there. So these two things are there, and inside this t head, T head means table head. T body means table body. Inside this T head, I have a table row. TR, table row. And inside that, I have a table H. TH means table header. I have a name, age, email. And again, inside this table body, I will have this not th, okay, tr will be there. Tr means table row, but inside the table row I'll have a tb, in which I can have like this at gmail.com. I have this like this, and Mary, Mary, Sam, Sam. That is only, and see, a table has been created. So this is how the table tag works. A lot of tags are there. Again, I'm telling you, don't mug them up. Table head is there and table body is there, and inside each one of them we have a table row, and table row I have this th is like that's a table header, and td is like the table data. Okay, so it is like that. Okay, so this is table tag, and the most important tags are actually the form tags. Form tags is a group of tags which are the most important. So why they are the most important? And they are most important in something known as a this web app and all those things. These form tags are used to take the user data. So if you go to the Facebook and all, you'll see that you have like this login thing and all. So when you go to Facebook, you have a login. So you have a login there. First time you'll get a registration form. So you will register in it, the name and all those things will give. Then the next time you'll get a login thing when you log in, and after that the next time you means when you go inside Facebook, you have that post. You can make some post there in the Facebook. You can make some post. So that is all, everything is form. Whenever you take some user data, a form tag is in use. Actually the form tag is one of the main thing which we will learn today, because we're going to learn the form tag in HTML also, which are going to learn now. In CSS also we're going to learn how to beautify the form tag, because without CSS everything is very very ugly. And at end we're going to learn how to interact with the form tag in the JavaScript part. Okay, so that is also we are going to learn, because form interaction and all are added through JavaScript, means how you click the button and all those things. Okay, so that is done. So we have come a bit down. So before going to the form tag, I'll do one thing. I'll do HR. HR is known as the horizontal row. It will create a line. It will create a line. And I will also do one more thing. One is known as BR. BR is known as break row. It will have some space here. Okay, so I will create my form inside this, because forms are very important. Okay, so now I'll have a foreign form tag like this, and form tag is again a group of tags. Okay, a foreign form you have to, like the table, you have to put it inside the form, and form generally comes as a label is not like this. Label. Okay, so label it will come, and label has something known as a for. What is for? We're going to learn now. For, I'll write a name, and name, and input I'll have, and I input type text is there, and I will have two more things here. One is known as the ID equal to name, and name equal to name. So what is this? We're going to learn, and I will copy it. This I'll put as age. This will be type of number. Let us see this first, then we are going to, I'm going to teach what is this all. Okay, save it. See, you might be seeing this, whatever I put in label, it is coming here, and the input is like this thing, which you all might have seen a lot of time when you are going to Facebook and all. So I'm not going to tell that you're not seeing this thing. Here's something, you can type something like this. I can type my name, and in this age I can type my age, and like this, which is a number, input type number. I've got some special feature. You can type a number, and you get this spatial top down thing. You can increase it like this. Okay, like this you can do it. Okay, so that is there, which is there. So now let us understand what is all these things. What is this label and input? So input is what, by which this is coming. So label and input, they are like a pair. There will a pair of a label and input. They will always come in pair. Okay, so the thing is that how they are a pair. They are a pair because the for of and ID. The for and ID should have the same name. For and ID should have the same name in your label. In the label, in the label and the input, the for and ID should have the same name. Okay, so that is a thing. And then after that, okay, then after that, there is this name. There is this name. Okay, there is this name is there. So name is what? Name is actually something which is used by your backend. See, all of these things, when you go to Facebook and all, what happens there? You write something, you click the submit button, it goes to the Facebook backend. So name is something, named is, which is used by the backend. We are not going to learn backend programming and all those things. That all also we teach, but that is very advanced stuff. Okay, that is teaching after doing JavaScript and all, and that also we teach towards the end. Okay, so but just listen, that's name thing. This name thing is like to differentiate the backend how this thing is about. Okay, so what is this thing about? Okay, name is for that. So here the name is age. Okay, so again this thing, I'm going to show again this how this name is used, because when I'm going to submit it, we're going to see that thing. So right now we have seen these two types. Okay, and one more thing, I want both of these things to come in different lines, because you have seen in Facebook and all, the login and the password comes in different line. We can do it very easily in CSS, but we are not using CSS right now. We are using HTML only. CSS we're going to learn next. Okay, so I'll do a div, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this all inside this div. Div is like a block level element. It doesn't mean anything else, but you'll see div in a lot of code. You're going to see div. Okay, div you're going to see a lot. Again, this div I'll do, and in this side this div I'll have this age and number. I'll have. Okay, I'll now save it and save it like this, and then you see this, both of them are coming in the different lines. Both of them are coming in different lines, but again still some, they're very close. I'm not liking it. So I could have used another div, but I will use a br known as a break row, and now it will come in different line. I mean, a bit of space is there. Okay, so that is there. Now there's something more in the form tag. Form tag, you have to learn a lot of things, because you all have seen the form tags and all. You go to amazon.com, there is every kind of form. Okay, inside also you go, there will be some form tags and all. Okay, so in Amazon you go, there is a drop down and all is there, and there is a text, this text box things I have shown, that is in the when you do some post on LinkedIn and all those text box things are there. Okay, so let us first make a text box. Like, what is a text box? Okay, so I'll do a br again, and then I'll do a div again, and inside this div I will do a label again, and I'll write a message, and I'll write a text area, and text area name and IDs are call and rows you can give. I don't want to give right now. So name and ID will be like this, message and message. And one more thing here, it is that text area have a ending. Most of these things like input and all, it is a self-ending. Some of the tags have self-ending. So I'll do this text area. Text area is like a big thing. As I've told in Facebook, you have this post to do some post. So that is a text area. You can, what is the benefit of it? You all know. You can write multiple lines in here. Multiple lines you can write. That is a text area. And beautification of all these things are done through CSS. Pure HTML, it will look very ugly, but HTML is required for the structure. Okay, so now the next thing which you are going to do is the drop down. So if you go to like this, like Amazon, I will say Amazon, you go. So this drop down, what is a drop down? This is a drop down. So you're getting something like this, and you can select one of them. I can select all of them. I can select like this. Maybe I'll do a home and kitchen. So it will open home and kitchen. Okay, so sometimes this is very slow for me. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so that is there. It's coming like this. Okay, so now we are going to do this drop down, how to create this drop down, and that beautification of the drop down is actually done by CSS, not done by HTML, but you should know how to do this drop down. So I'll do this br, and I'll do a div here, and this div I will write a label and color and a right color, right, and then I'll write a select here, and then name is color and ID is color, and then here the option is like value is red and red color, and then I'll have this blue color, and I'll have this green color. Save it. So now see, I've got this favorite color, and I can choose any one of them. Okay, so and this is like the drop down. So why did I have written like this? Okay, select a statement is there, label this for is there, and the ID will be the same, and the name is something for the backend. But in this option you have something known as a value. You're soon going to see this value is very important, because value will be the something which will be sent to the backend when we select it and send it. Okay, it will be the one which will send to the backend, not this like this red color which I've written. So value is very important here. So now the next thing which we are going to learn, our still this form is not over. Form is always the most important thing. Okay, so the next thing which you are going to learn is the check boxes. Again, in Amazon you go, I don't know why Amazon is always slow and I stream. Then this square boxes are there. In Amazon also you go, you can choose different brands of thing from the left hand side there. Let me see whether Amazon will allow me to show. Okay, so if I go to Amazon, if I go to computers, okay, so see this thing, computers. I don't know why it is showing me this thing. I can see select a brand. So right now it is showing me everything, but I only want to see the boat one. So it will, I will do this thing, boat one will show, JBL one, it will show boat and JBL. So it is like this. I can choose two things here. I can choose two things here. Okay, two things I can choose here. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so these are the check boxes, and we will learn how to do the check boxes. So come here and do a break row, and then div, and you'll write H4 here. What do you own? I'll write what do you own, and then after this I'll have a input box which will be of type check box, and name equal to vehicle1 and value equal to bike. Okay, value is bike, and then I'll have a label here, and for will be bike. Okay, and this will be bike, and I will also have ID of bike. ID equal to bike, and then I will copy this. Okay, label you can have after one also. So this one will be vehicle 2, this one will be car, this one will be car, this one will be car, and this one will be car. Save it. So it will come like this. What do you own? And bike and car. So I can select either one of them or both of them. As we have seen in the Amazon site, we can see we can do either one of them or both of them. So again, this name is something which is different in both of them, and the value is again something which will go to the backend actually. And bike and value is car here. The car is there. Okay, car and IDs are there. So this is like this. Value is there. So now, similar to this, we have a radio box also. So box is what? So when you register to any site, there is a thing known as a gender. You have to give the gender, and you can select only one gender, male, female, or other. Facebook, any site you go. So that is done through something known as radio boxes, which is different from check boxes, which are like this round thing, and it is not possible that you have not seen this thing. All of you have seen that thing. So I'll come here and do a PR, and div I'll do again, and inside this div I will do h4 again, and gender I'll do, and then input type is radio I'll do, and name equal to gender, and value equal to male, and ID equal to male. Okay, then I'll have a label again. Label ID will be male, and then here I'll go and female, 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 and other, other, I'll have save it. So now I will have this thing. So now what is there? If I click in the male and then I click on the female, so male is going away. So I can select only one of them. See, this radio boxes, for this reason only, they are also known as a radio group. See here, the name is always same. Here the name was different. It is vehicle 1, it is vehicle 2. Here the name is always same. The gender is there. Okay, so this is about the radio boxes. And now we have done all these things. Now we will have to submit this thing, just like in Facebook and all. You'll see that in all Facebook and all, you have some submit button and login button and all. So we'll create a button. So creating a button, there are means inside a form. We are inside a form. There's a different way to create a button. We're going to see that thing. And is there, like div is there now, and here I'll have a input type is submit, and value is equal to send. So if you see this thing, I'll save it. So if you see, a send button has been created. So button has been created, although it is not a good looking button. This is how buttons look. We beautify it through CSS. Okay, so we will beautify it through CSS. Okay, so that is there. And so now our form is completed. Okay, so one more thing, when we have a button inside a form, it behaves in a different way. We're going to see that also. So now let us try to submit this form. Okay, so I'll put something here. This is good. Blue color, like car, mail. And now see closely here. Here you see closely. I'll do a send. Something was sent and everything was refreshed also. By default, it is the default behavior of the form which we are going to change in JavaScript. See, when JavaScript was released, when HTML was released, it was released in 1993, and at that time the backend language was mainly like PHP. In that, they used to send all the data to the backend, to the to some database through the top of the thing. Okay, through this thing that you used to send, and there was a refresh which used to automatically happen if you have a this thing. If you have an input type submit inside a form, a refresh happens, and this is how the data is being sent. Okay, so if I come here, I will actually cut it and I will actually paste it and also comment it out so that we don't get an error in our code. So here, if you see closely, I will leave this thing. So the name is Nabendu plus Viswas is going. So what is this name actually? Name is this name. And whatever I take this name, as I told, this will be sent to the backend. Name is Nabendu. Then this name, this age will be equal to, see, this age is coming, age is 40. Then this message is coming, then which is again plus is giving. Then this color is where, color is this, again it is coming because of the name. Then this vehicle one, name is vehicle one and name is vehicle two. Vehicle one and vehicle two are different, they are going like as a different. And this radio box, this gender is going like this. So this is how this is done. Okay, so I have told a lot of things in this input means form. Everything I told in this form. So we're taking the most time to explain the form, but then also it's not everything, because as I've told, this HTML has gone through major upgradation in HTML version 5, and there are some very cool features added in it. What are the cool features like this? If I will give one link like input, I'll give this link. There's a W3C school link, and please don't go through this site, because this is what there are a lot of things in this site. If you go through this site, it will take you 6 months to complete HTML, because I know people who are beginners in web development and they take 6 months to complete this site. Please don't go through this, go through our thing. If you have 6 months, please spend it in CSS. Your CSS will get better, because CSS need a lot of practice. Okay, so that is there. So see, you can see a lot of other input types are also there. Actually, a lot of them are added in 2015. Before that, only this much input types are there. So some of them are very good, you can go through them, and some of them are like, I want to show some of them, like input type date is there. So they have a code editor like this, input type date is there. And here what you'll see, like I have just given an input type date, and it has opened a calendar, complete calendar. So here you can this thing is very popular and very required. So sometime in some site you will go and you have to give your date of birth and all, so you can give it through this. And earlier, before 2015, it was very complicated to make a calendar. We used to import something from some third party tool and all those things. You have to make a calendar. This is very tough. Nowadays it is very easy. Then this input type date is there, and you can learn all of these things. And this input type file is there. You go to naukri.com or any other site, you have to upload your resume. So how to upload your resume with the input type file? And again, earlier it was very tough. So you can choose a file and you can choose anything, like it will be chosen. Okay, and it will send. So this is something which I want you all to learn from here. So that is there. And now there is we soon going to end with your HTML, and the CSS will be started. And now we have this, like we have this input type button, we have a button tag in general also. So what is the, how to give the button tag? Let us see the button tag, and I'll do a BUTT1 button tag. I'll do, and comment this out, and then I'll do a BUTT1 button, and I'll write a click me, and I will save it, and this button tag will be created. So all the functionality in this button tag, or even in this tag, most of them will be added in the JavaScript. And but see, if I click here, nothing special happens. See, when I click input type submit, I can give a button also. So if I click something here, see one thing, closely see this thing, even if I don't write anything, it is like refreshing it, and it is means it is going anyways. If I even it get refreshed also, and something goes also. So whenever I have a button inside a form tag, it is a bit special. It's outside of it. With a button, it doesn't have a special functionality. Although the functionality we are going to add it with JavaScript, we cannot add it from here in HTML. So that is there. So the last tag which we are going to learn is the image tag, which is very important because without images no website can be beautiful. Means every website has images nowadays. It is not possible for a website to work without a image tag. So I will come here, and image tags are given by img, like this img, and src. In the src there are two things, src and this. So you have to even give a either give a local image, or you have to copy it from the internet, okay, somewhere. So let us get a local image from unsplash.com. It is a freely available site, means you get royalty free images from here, okay. So maybe no, this one and this one. Okay, I will take this one later on. So this one is there, and I will do a download free. Maybe I will take a medium one and do a download free, and I'll get this, and I'll show this in Finder and all. Okay, and then I will come here, and I'll create a folder known as images. I'll create a folder known as images, and then inside this I want to put this image. So there is one more way to do this. You right click and reveal in Finder. For you, for Windows user, it will come reveal in Explorer. You do it, it will open this exactly, and then I can just drag it here. Where it is gone? Oh, it is gone here. No, I will drag it in this folder. So images folder, it will be done, and then I will name it a bit small. I don't want this Oppo and all this thing. Unsplash.jpg I'll do. So it is named like unsplash.jpg. Okay. Unsplash.jpg has been done. Now I have to show this image. So how to show this image? So this in images is src. I will go and images I'll do, and then I have to show this unsplash.jpg, and then I have to give this alt also. So what is this alt? So in this alt I will write I'll show what is that. It is a Oppo mobile. So maybe I'll write a Oppo mobile. I'll write Oppo mobile. I'll write, and I will save it. So when I save it, see this big Oppo mobile is coming. First thing is that it is very big, so I don't want it this big, and we cannot control much from the HTML. We have to control means sizes and all also from CSS. But we have two properties here. What is this alt? I'm going to tell now. Means one is this width. We can give width like maybe like 600 width, and height I have to give height like maybe DST height I will give is equal to maybe 400. I will save it. So width and the height will be there. Okay. See this everything is a like your inline element. So this after this button only this is coming. So it's better to take a break row after this. Save it. So it will come in the next time. So it's coming like this. Okay. So this is one way to take. Okay, let me quickly tell another way to take. Then I will tell what is this alt tag. So I'll do this img, and inside this src. Okay, let me take this image, and I'll right click. So any image on the internet you can find, you can do a right click, and you can do the copy image address. Any internet, go to Google and find an image, copy image address, and then come here in the src and you will paste it like this. It will give me this big thing, but it is okay. That is like UIP food. This fruit salad as ready. Fruit salad. I'll write. I will save it. I'll save this fruit salad, and then I'll come back here, and it will show me this fruits. Again, it's a bit big. Okay, so maybe I'll give this with the height. Same with the height. I'll save it. So it will be shown like this with an height. With an height will be shown like this. Okay, so that is there. And what is alt? What is alt exactly? So alt is alt. You might be seeing. Okay, alt has been not shown. Why alt has been not shown? And what is this alt? Alt has been shown when the image is broken. All of you might have seen broken images. It is not possible that you have not seen broken images. Broken images is mainly been done if you are in the internet. Suddenly your internet goes away, and even with Geo, also you will get that broken images in image heavy site. You'll go, you'll see that thing. So how to do this? I cannot stop my internet. I will do one thing. I will make this maybe I will make this as free. I'll save it. Okay, So I made some wrong URL. I could have done this thing same here also. And see, now this fruit salad is coming and this broken image has been shown. So this is how this is been done. And we are done with the HTML actually. And the and next part will be actually done by Mawsam. Let us take means just 1 minute break. We are going to change something, and then we are going to start.
Hi all, a warm welcome to all of you. A quick break of 1 minute was to be taken in order to change the settings of systems. So I hope my voice is loud and clear, and you are able to see the screen properly now. Please comment so that I can go ahead. So please comment with yes so that I can able to know that everything is perfect and fine. I will be taking care of CSS. I will be starting with CSS now, and we will start from how to add CSS to how to add colors to font properties to how to add Google fonts. Yeah, thanks, Mohammed, thanks, Karteshwar, and how to add Google fonts, how to do styling, how to use block property, how to use float property, how to do styling of forms like that. So I will be taking care of all those stuff, and I will take the things, and I will try to close the things in maximum 1 hour, so that later on it will be taken care by Navindu back to JavaScript basics. So let's start now fast, and as you all will be able to see my screen now. So 1 second. Yeah, thanks, Vedant. So let's start now. Now I will be focusing on the screen, so will not be able to view the chats for some time. And later on, I will get back to the chats and answer. So let's have index.html, and as Navindu told you, so we'll have the CSS basics, and as you all know, this thing that this is basic HTML skeleton which you need to create every time. So now there are, what is CSS? CSS is basically cascading scaling style sheet, and it is basically used to design the HTML part what we have created now. So as you all can say, styling, complete styling will be done by CSS, in which you can add colors, you can add padding, you can add margin, you can add borders, you can add some fading effect, you can increase the font size, you can decrease the font size, you can change the transitions, you can change the opacity, n number of things you can do. So How to add CSS? There are three ways to add CSS. First one is inline, second one is internal, third one is internal. So I will show you how to do all the three type of CSS. So let's have H1. H1 is a header tag and will have the hello all to CSS, and in this using the style button you can give color to orange. One second. Okay. So let me quickly open this with live server so that you will be able to see this. So as you all can see, fine. So this is the example of inline CSS, as the name says, in the same line. So this is the header tag. This is the H1. In the same line, I have added the color style with the orange color. So this is the example of inline CSS. So now going back to the second part of CSS, which is internal CSS, will have the H2 tag, and in this H2 tag, let's have this is the matter in the header 2 tag, and here I will use the next different property of background color will use as, and will have the color as white. So I have added two properties here. As you all can see, the background color is red and the font color is white. Let's have some more font properties. We'll have the font weight of font weight, let's say bolder. So as you all can see, it is getting much bold compared to earlier. Have the font style as extra large. So as you all can see, the font size has been increased from normal to extra large, and have the font size of 15px. 15px is somewhat very small. Now change it to 50px. So I have mentioned 5 properties in the same internal CSS. This is how you can add the internal CSS. So what are those? Background color, as the name says, background color. These are basically the font properties. The color, this is the color white, is basically the color of this CSS Basics. Font weight bolder means it is getting bold. Let me add text decoration. No, we'll have text transform as uppercase. See, using text transform uppercase, entire font property, entire font change to uppercase. Okay, so these are basically the font properties. I guess I am taking it very. I'm a little bit fast, but I can say I try to make the things very in a very layman term so that you all will be able to grab the things quickly. So these are basically the font properties: font size extra large, font size 50px, text transformation is uppercase. So now going back to the third type of adding CSS is external CSS. So for this, let's create a paragraph tag. In this paragraph tag, I'm adding a lorem 20. Lorem 20 is nothing but a dummy text By default, it will add a text. It's a dummy text. So for this, you need to basically link the sheet. As the name says, it is external. So you need to basically link the file of which we will be creating to add CSS. So we have added, and background color will have aqua. So we'll one second, RGB will have px, or I can say 20. So as you all can see, sorry, in this paragraph tag, which you all will be able to see here, I have added a CSS property of background color in the format of RGB, which is called as red, green, and blue. And here I have linked both the files. So this is the example of external CSS in which you will putting all the stylings in a separate file and linking that file to the main file. So here, as you all have noticed, I have added colors in three forms. First one is simply typing the name of the color here, red and white. Okay. Second one is I have added this RGB format. R is red, G is green, and B is blue. And here in this RGB format, you have the range starts from 0 to 255. So I have already taken 0, I have already taken 255, and this one is for red. So as human eye can see a combination of color which is prepared from all the three colors, which is RGB. So that is why it is being implemented. Now, if you want to change the color, simply move the cursor and pick any of the color. See, picked, save it, it has been changed. So now let's change the color to hash. Save it. So as you all can see, the font color have changed to white. Why white? Because this is another property of adding color, which is the hexadecimal property in which you can add the color in a hexadecimal manner, which starts from 0 to F, sorry, A to F and 0 to 9. It starts with hash, and here also moving the color to the color, you can add any of the colors as per your choice. Just save it. Every time doing any change, you need to save the file. Then only it will start reflecting here. So now there are, one second. So this is a site, HTML color picker or HTML color code, in which you can see n number of colors. Means you can't imagine how many colors are there, what are the hexadecimal code, what are the RGB code, and what is the name of that color. There are so many colors that you can't have even heard of. Earlier, in when it was HTML was invented, there were only, I can say, 15 to 20 colors. What are the basic colors which have now you? It's all in front of you. See, just click out and you can see the color codes. So you can use HTML color picker also. See, see, just click and you get the color code, color name. See, n number of colors are there you can't have even thought of, and the name of the color, their hexadecimal code, RGB format, and HSL format is also a new format in which the first H stands for hue, S for saturation, and L for lightness. So these are the color formats which I have taken. See, here you can change the color also, and you all can see RGB and hexadecimal code keeps on changing. So this is the site HTML color picker. Fine. So now let's have some more font properties. As I've already taken up some, and let me introduce the class and ID. What are ID and what are classes? So as you all can see, I have already taken H1 and H2. If I change this to H1 and save it, so as you all can see, if there are n number of H1s, this basically style will apply to all the H1s. So in order to identify an items differently, classes and IDs has been introduced. So for this, let me have a div, and inside this div will have one second. Let me give a class, and uh, one second. Okay, let me give a class with the name as box. Second box, and inside this box, let me have a paragraph tag with the name as lorem from 30, and here also I will use a different concept called as ID as model. So saved it. Now as you all can see, as I saved the paragraph tag, by default it applies the styles of here as what we have given here. So why it is happening? Because by default, if n number of p's are there, they have the same style as what we have given. So for this, if you want to change or allot a different kind of style to your content, you need to identify or mark with classes and IDs. Two type of elements marking are there, which first one is classes and second one is IDs. Classes can be used multiple times. This is the behavior of classes, and it is being identified by dot. So let always copy the name of the class and IDs. So let us target dot name of the class here. Okay. So now let's have some one second. Padding of 5px, margin of 10px. Let's have some border of 2px, solid of gray color. So 2px. So as you all can see, 2px is getting very lightly 5px. So as you all can see, we have created a box in which there is a content. So one second, in order to get this, let me open this in now Chrome, because Safari won't support this feature. And just right click and inspect. As you all can see, this, focus on this thing. This is basically a box. Now we have entered in the next topic in the CSS, which is called as a box model. So what is this box model? A box model consists of four things, which I have mentioned: a padding, margin, border, and a content. Content is here in the paragraph tag. So content, above content is the padding, after that is the border, and after entire content and border is the margin. So as you all can see here, one second, one second. See, this is the content, this is the padding, this is the border, and this is the margin. This is a very important property in CSS, and trust me, we have designed the course in such a way that we will take you from basics to advanced. So I hope you all have noticed how box model properties aligned and we have designed it. So simple padding, margin, border, you can use it. Now, if I want padding to the in the top only, I can use that also. Padding top 5px, from top it is 5px, and in case if I want see 5px top and bottom, 10px left and right. So now it is perfect. So similarly, you can use the margin feature also. You can use margin bottom of 20px. So by default bottom it has taken 20px, and margin top, let's use 50px. So as you all can see, from top the content have shift towards the down 50px. Px is a unit of measurement which is called as you all from engineering background and using the smartphones and the laptops and desktops and smart TVs, you all know px. What is px? Px is basically pixel. So closing this, the inspect part. So this is how you can use box model, how to use padding. You can use padding in top down or left right also. You can use margin in the same way. You can use border, the size of the border, color, the thickness, and the color. So I hope you all will be able to get the things properly. So I just want you a cross check so that I can also get to know you all getting things or not. So please reply with cs please reply with yes, so that I can be able to understand that you all, that the content is easy for you to understand. So moving on to the next part, which is called as the styling of list. What are list? So let me tell you how to use it. For this, let me create a basic. Yeah, thanks Pradhan. Oh, thanks Navindu, thanks Karteshwar. So Navindu also watching that what I am telling here. That's great. So let me create a basic structure categories, and inside this category we'll have H4, and we'll have category, and inside this have Li. List item, as you all know, Li into 5 is a shortcut for putting 5 times of same thing. But we want Li into 5 with anchor tag. So 5 times all these things get pasted. Saved it. As you all can see, it have appeared. So now, as you all know, we don't have to go anywhere. So you can put hash. Okay. So these links will not work. Now, category 1, 2, so I saved it. So as you all can see, we have created a list in which we will be doing the styling here. So as you all can see, I've created a class. So let me copy the class and move to the style.css. So here dot categories, as this is a class, so we will be highlighting or targeting with the help of dot. So let's create a border first of 2px solid with black color. The border has been created. Now we'll target the header tag, which is a h4 tag. Dot categories 4 text align center. As you all can see, this header tag. Yeah, thanks Ankush. Shift to the center. Okay. Now, in case if you want some margin bottom will have 20px 9. So margin bottom is not required. Removing it. Okay. Now let's target these items. So as you all can see, we have taken this in a list item. So dot categories li list style as none So as you all can see, these dots has been removed and all the content have shift towards the left. Now let's give some margin left of and 3x. So now it is looking nice. Now have some margin bottom. Where is margin bottom? Margin bottom of 10px so that some space has been created. As you all can see, now it is looking much nice. Now targeting the anchor tag, text decoration none. So as you all can see, if I move the cursor on cat1 cat2, the hand shape is not coming in the pointer. So now let's targeting the header tag also, in which we will be adding uh, let's have some hover property. A hover is a pseudo class property which is used to highlight something. We'll have the background color change to pink. Favorite. So see, as soon as I move my cursor on these categories, immediately the background color has changed to pink. This is the hover property. Now in case if I want the color of the font also to change, let's change to which color? Dark green, so that you can highlight, identify it. See, both the things will get changed. So this is a hover property, very useful property and being used by in many ways. Okay, so we have added the hover property to the header. See, and all the styles has been moved. So we'll do one thing. We'll have the border bottom of 1px dot head with black color. So see, now this is looking very nice. A border bottom has been created with a border bottom of dotted has been created here. So this is basically the styling of list, as how you can style the list. So now moving on to a very important property which is called as styling of forms. As you all have noticed so much. Let me show you. One second, one second. Login form. So as you all have seen so many forms like this, in which you have you have a login page where you can enter your name, your email ID, your password, and click the button of submit or login. So now we will be creating a form and doing the styling of that form. So let me create that first. So we'll have a form, and actions is not required here, so we are deleted. Inside this form, let's create a div. Again, inside this div, let's have a label and input text. As you all can see, name. No, so let's have some br. So I have added some br. Br is a break row, as you all have know, in order to create some space between the items. So let me remove one or two. So we have created a form, and let me 1 second. Let me give a class here, because we have to give a common class to all the forms. We'll show you form group. See, label is for email, message, and email will have the email. So name, email, message, as you all can see, and the last one will be the button login. So name, email, and we'll do one thing. We'll have the password here. So name and ID is currently not required here. So deleting. So control this. So as you all can see, a simple common form, a login form we have created, name, email, password, and login. So let me have the caps P. The simple form with a div, and now we will style this form. So let me save it and copy this class dot form group will have the display as block property. One second. And here we will target now the label and input. Also, let have some bottom margin bottom of 10 px. So as you all can see, some space has been created between them, but why capital P is not coming? 1 second. Okay, nice. So now it look nice. So and let's have in this form, let's add a font family of C. So a very important property of fonts, which is called as a font family, in which you can add a maximum of 3 fonts. Why 3 fonts? Because there are around 5 to 6 types of browser, in which not every browser is supporting all of the available fonts. So I am using here the Google Chrome, and if in case Google Chrome does not support Times New Roman, the second font property, which is called as a Times, being applied immediately. And in case if I can say Microsoft Edge does not support Times New Roman and Times, so it will support the serif font. Or if the last, if I can say the Safari browser does not support Times New Roman, Times and serif, by default it will pick up their by default fonts. So let me show you the Google fonts also, because these days Google fonts are being used. Why? You can have a look. Because these Google fonts are similar to HTML color picker, in which you can use n number of fonts with n number of font weights. So let me quickly pick one of the font to style our forms. Mm, 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 mm. See, n number of fonts are there, n number of you can't even think of. So we'll use this the lobster, and as you all can see, they have different weights also. See, regular 400 I have taken, Control C, and will show you now. You have to import this fonts. So what I did, I have selected the font here and just select the import button, double click it, copy it and paste it in the front of CSS. Now you all can see the font name is this, lobster. Now I will add this font and save it. See, it has been changed. Now I have the font size of 20 px, so it is getting more. Now in case we want the text to be uppercase, so text transform we will have the uppercase. See, even though we have used the capital letter here, but in here you can also, oh, who is this man? One second. Yeah, thanks Sheetal. And so I've added this property. Now text transform we will use the normal. So it is normal. Always remember, you need to end a sentence with the help of semicolon. So now let's use some, let's insert some more styling to the font. As you all can see, we have divs. So we'll have, let's target the div and have the display as block, but it is not working. So there is some issue. I'll fix it out. Don't worry. So let's have, let's, so and one more very important thing, in case if you see this circle button instead of this cross button, your file is not been saved. So using Control S, save it. Now it has removed. So now let's target the label button, or let's target the input button and have some padding of 5px. See, the space has been created around the time. Now target the label button and give some margin left of 10x. So as you all can see, the space has been created, and we'll target the one second, we will use this property in button also. Margin left of use 20px, so that so now we will do one thing. Which one is left? Okay, nice, fine. Now let's change the width of this input width to 100%. As you all can see, the width have changed and have covered in the entire page, and now it is looking very nice. Or in case you want, you can change it to 50%. Okay, so now the very important part of this is to target the button, which you all can see. So now targeting the button, so as you all can see, we'll have the background color of the button to white. One second. So now keep focusing on this button only. Border radius, let's change to 5px. As you all can see, the curve portion has, the sharp portion has changed to curve. Okay, we'll have the font size of 15px, or let's change it to 25px. Now it is looking nice. And what we can add, we'll have the padding of 10ps across, and also margin we have already taken, and we'll have the width to 10px. Sorry, width is not required because we have already taken padding. And let me have 10px and 20px. So now it is looking nice. Now we'll have we'll change the background color to something light light sky blue. So now it looks nice. So okay, now let's have change the font color. Font color, let's change it to dark blue. Let's have add some font weight also. And what else is required? Now we'll add some hover property to this button. As soon as you click it, the color will get changed. So we'll change the background color to dark. One second. dark blue, save it, see, and as soon as the color will change to white. So as soon as I move my cursor here, the color will get reversed. See, as soon as I move my mouse, the background color will change to dark blue and the font color will change to white. Fine. So now we'll have a text transform property also, transform transition property. One second. Transition will ask the transition to the background color with a gap of 0.15 second with ease effect. Now I will show you how it will work. See, instantly it is the color is not changing, it is taking some time, and let's have add some opacity of 0.5. Now the background color which I have chosen, dark blue, it is again have changed. So the button which looks very small takes a very lot of styling. So this is what we have done with the styling of forms. So now there are so many things in CSS which is not possible for me or Navindu or anyone to cover in such short span of time. But we have regular boot camps, we have regular classes. So be there in the WhatsApp group for the further updates when we will be doing the classes for CSS or for JavaScript, for so many things, for React Native, for Node.js, everything we will be covering in our weekly classes. So now Navindi will take up and add the JavaScript to this, and will insert the functions using the JavaScript. So handing over to Navindu. In 1 second, just we will be back.
Okay, so we will start with JavaScript. We will work on what
Share screen share.
we'll work on what Masam has done. So we're going to do that. Okay, so yeah, Vijay, actually we always have this thing like CSS. We have a 5 day workshop which happens most of the time 2 to 3 times a month. So mostly Mosam is going to take one again, and those workshops are generally happen during the weekdays from Monday to Friday, and those are generally taken at 8 anytime. We will convey that when it will be taken. And JavaScript also, we anyways in the next 10-15 minutes I have to close. So JavaScript also I cannot do it in 10-15 minutes. We have more than 5 days. If you have time, please go through our channel. You'll see that how many CSS and JavaScript classes we take. Means every month, that is a surety that CSS and JavaScript classes will be taken. So that is, and they're all certification courses. So CSS and JavaScript we always take. Okay, so that is there. And beside that, we have a monthly uh, bootcamp also, which generally is done on Saturdays and Sundays, and that is like a very big 16 hours long thing. Okay, so that is there. And now, as so we're not going to cover much now, and what we're going to do here, we're going to just add a, yeah, from scratch. Everything is from scratch only. So CSS was also covered from the scratch, but CSS was not done completely from scratch. It is there. If you want to see, please see our websites. And if you want, I will ask Mosam to give the link also. from scratch, everything from scratch only we do. Okay, so that is there. And let me start with JavaScript now. So JavaScript we is added to is used to add functionality to anything like this form which Masam have created. Will add functionality to this. Let me do it a bit smaller. Okay. So how to add this functionality to this thing? So for this, first thing is that in JavaScript we required to be selected. Everything needed to be selected. And let me add some things here so that I can select it much better. Okay, so class is okay. This form I will give an ID equal to my form. So ID equal to my form. This input ID. Let me change it a bit. For equal to name. ID equal to name. For equal to email. ID equal to email. For equal to password. And ID equal to password we have. Okay, so JavaScript basically, where do we add the JavaScript? JavaScript I've added some IDs because I required those IDs. So JavaScript we added in the same channel. In the same channel, everything is on the same channel. If you go to our channel, this is our only channel. No other channel is there. Okay, everything is on the same channel. Just go to our channel and see the hard work which you're doing. No one, you'll find no one on the internet doing that much hard work. Okay, so that is there. And please do support us by subscribing to the channel. Everything is on the channel only. So that is there. And JavaScript we generally add it in the end of the index.html. We add, why do we add JavaScript at the end? Because there are so many things in this website. There are so many things. JavaScript is generally a blocking kind of a thing. See, I could have added JavaScript at the top also. In this here, I could have added like the style tag which Mosam have added. I could have added JavaScript here also, but we generally add JavaScript at the end. Here I'll do a script and src and main.js I'll do, and we added an end so that let everything be loaded, then only JavaScript be added. What is JavaScript used for? JavaScript will use the JavaScript to get whatever the user type here, and then when the user click here, we'll show it somewhere. Okay, so we'll show it. So we'll have a UL also, UL like UL, and the ID is an empty UL. I'm going to have ID equal to user users. Let us have the users ID equal to users. Now, so we have done this main.js. So main.js always done one line before the body. So this main.js will create this main.js and start using it. So I'll do main.js, and then in the main.js I'll go. And first thing in JavaScript, see, I'm telling this very quickly. JavaScript is generally taken by me, and it is generally what I'm telling right now. It is on the day 3. JavaScript is also a 5-day course on the channel. 5-day course is there, Monday to Friday. Generally on weekdays we do, and there are different timings for that. It is a 1-hour class every day, so it takes around 5 hours to teach complete JavaScript from the scratch. Everything from the scratch. CSS from the scratch also it takes 5 hours. JavaScript from the scratch also takes 5 hours, and React.js also from the scratch it takes 5 hours. So these are our main thing, which are always every month we have these 3 things. Besides this, we have a lot of other things. We do a lot of projects. We do a lot of other things to help people become a web app developer. So projects are there for JavaScript, React, CSS, and all those things and stuff are there. And our channel is a very old channel. It's got more than 600 videos. Almost every other thing is also there. Okay, so that is there. And so keep following us. You'll see that this month also there are a lot of other things are remaining. Like next week also something are there, and after that the next last week of the month also we are planning to do the Angular this month, because it was a lot of people are asking for that. And besides this, we have communication skills classes also on the channel. You can see we have an English trainer also, because we want people to get into IT as soon as possible, and English is required for that. Okay, so that is there. So inline CSS and all those things will be taught in the CSS class, like the longer form of the CSS class. So right now we don't have time, so everything is taught in in the main CSS class, which is like 5 hour CSS class. Everything will be taught in that. Okay, so we cannot cover everything in this 1 hour CSS, like Mosam took for 1 hour. You cannot cover everything there, and JavaScript also. Okay, so we have 5 hours class, and CSS generally we do 1 or 2 times a month. So maybe Mosam will take what is today's means uh, last week of this month, June, last week of this month, and again it will be certification. Okay, so this is there, and this first I want to select all these things here. The first thing I want to do is selecting this map. If you don't understand it, don't take it hard on yourself, because this is something which I generally teach on day 3 of JavaScript. So JavaScript is mainly taken by me on the channel, and Mosam is a CSS expert. Okay, so my form equal to document, although he also takes JavaScript sometime. Dot query selector, and this I have to select this ID. So IDs are generally done with the query selector. There is a query selector which is inbuilt in JavaScript. So I'm creating something known as a variable, and document dot query selector ID my form I will to do. Then I will you'll get it on your mail. The certificates you'll get it on your mail. So hope you have all filled the attendance sheet. So you'll get it on your mail. Okay. So but it will take some time, but I've seen a lot of people have more than 80 people have filled. Okay, you'll get a second attendance sheet also right now. Okay, so after this I will have this I have another this name, email, and password. I have to select these things also. So I'll do a const name input equal to document dot query select a const email input is this, const password input is like this password. So I'm selecting actually all of this thing, name, ID, and email. So this is a query selector through which you can select everything. So then I will have a const user list equal to document dot query selector users. I have this empty UL which we are going to fill. Okay, so which is outside this form. So this is there. Now this button is there which is inside this form. Okay, button I have to make it of type equal to submit. This is something which I have to do, type equal to submit, and then I can select, because this button is inside the form, so I can listen for that. Okay, so I can listen for the whole form submit. There is something known as the form submit which you have listened. So this my form is there, my form dot add event listener, and submit and on submit is there, and I'll have a function of on submit, and e will be there. So e is something which is required. As when I was studying the HTML, I told that when I click this login, then refresh happens. Then the refresh happens in this, which is not a good thing. Means which reload happens, which is not a good thing. So to prevent that, we'll have this e dot prevent default. And how to get the value of it, like this. So to get the value of it, I'll have a console.log of console.log is something like I will show quickly. If we right click and inspect, you can see this console here. Okay, so this is console is something in which developers generally work. In this JavaScript, developers have to work on the console. So I'll come here and write something like and like password, and then I will click on this login. See, all of these three things will come in, but I don't want to show it in the console. Most of the real cases, what happens, all these things will go to the backend. Means that backend programming will also cover in the JavaScript part. We'll cover the backend programming, not backend programming, how to convert to the backend, because we want everyone to become a front-end developer, because the most number of jobs are in the front-end development only. And please be in connection with us, and we'll also tell the way to come means more close to us. Means you have to complete something for us, then only you'll get the mentorship from me, then you'll get the special attendance from us. Okay, so there are something, we also do a lot of projects on the channel. If you do the projects, because we want all of you to do projects. The projects are the only way to get a job. So our main aim is to get you a job, and still till now we are able to give 3 people jobs from our YouTube channel. Like paid courses, almost 40 people have got job, and besides us a lot of other people are there. But with YouTube also, just YouTube, people have followed the YouTube, and 4 people have got the job. One of them was a mechanical engineer got a job. It was like a really proud moment for us to give a mechanical engineer a job. Okay, so that is there, and let's complete this out. And what is there, so I want to show this below. So what happens here, I will have first thing, I will have a const ally. So let me remove this thing. I don't want this all. Const ally. I will create an ally. Why I am creating an ally? And from JavaScript is very powerful. You can create HTML also. Ally I will create for this users. Okay, ally I will create. Then I will have this ally dot append child. Ally dot append child I will have. And here inside this document dot create text note I have to do, and here everything, name input, email input dot value. I'm just showing them. Okay, and I will have this password input dot value also I will do. Okay, okay, there is some error here, one sec. Sometime this it should be there. This is a backtick thing which again we're going to tell a lot in JavaScript. Right now you see this like that, we have appending it here, and then I have to do a user list dot append child, and this is something which generally we teach on the day 3 of the JavaScript, not on the day first. First we go to the basics and all. Okay, so I'll do this, and the last thing which I have to do, I have to empty this thing, and this I'll save. Now I will add something here now. Then this one is email, and this is password. Now click on the login. See, all of these things are shown. This Nabindu Vishwas, UL, and all these things. And then I can add something else also. This is also being shown. Okay. Oh, this is how it has been. Okay, one thing extra is coming here. This thing should not come here. Okay, so well, let me do one thing. Your second so no, we don't have. I have some query related to DB connection. Most probably you are asking for some higher level thing. Okay, so generally we don't have that much time, but then also try to ping on some of our group. If you have time, we'll do it, because we're very short on time. We generally give a time to our paid students, so that is something which I've already told. See, the mentoring part will be very difficult for us to do, but we'll try to give everything for free, whatever it is there. So all of our courses and everything will be given for free, but mentoring part or sometimes solving some doubts will be a bit problem, but it is not like that we'll not solve it. If we have time from our paid students. See, we are running a lot of paid batches also, so be in connection. I'm not going to promote them right now and all. So we have a lot of paid batches. If you are connection, if you think that we're teaching it right, you can come to a paid batch. Paid batches comes with a job guarantee thing. Okay, so that is there, and those things are there. So we give our first preference to our paid people, and so this all these technical doubts and all we solve there first. Okay, if we have time, if we have bandwidth, which we don't have generally, because we are working very hard, more than 12 hours a day, including Saturdays. Today is Saturday. So if you have time, then we are going to solve, or else we will not be able to solve the technical doubts and all. Okay, so that is like that. So please bear with us. Okay, so that is there, and so please fill the second attendance form. I've given the second attendance form. Please fill it so that you can get the certificate. We will try to send the certificate by tomorrow, not today. We have got a lot of people who have filled the attendance forms, so we'll send the certificate by tomorrow. So please, okay, one more thing. If some of you are not in our WhatsApp group, so let me do one thing. Also, give me the latest WhatsApp group. We have a lot of WhatsApp group. Let me invite some of you to the latest WhatsApp group. If you're not there, please be there, because we post all the latest happening, like what will happen next week. Next week, maybe we are going to have two live streamings. Next week, weekdays, we have a lot of live streamings. So next week, there was a popular demand of telling the interview questions. So next week, we are going to tell the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js interview questions. Again, 4 to 5 days thing. and we are planning to have some communication thing also. We didn't have a communication thing for a long time on a channel, English communication, so that is also something which we are going to have. And one more thing, okay, one thing, okay. Link, okay. In WhatsApp. Okay. We also have some context all the time, and those contexts are generally people should complete the projects. People should complete the projects. We have a lot of other projects also going on. So you complete the projects, you will get special attention from us. You will even get a one-to-one with me for a career guidance and some technical doubts, and also we can do it. But then you have to prove yourself first, okay, to get that thing. So that is there, and please stay in touch and please fill the attendance form and all. And I'm going to see you all on Monday. Monday we are going to have two live streams, one in the afternoon and one in the evening. So please come and please see what we are having. Please stay in the WhatsApp group to understand what we are doing here and all. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here.